see all of you. Happy holidays. Welcome to the New York Community Center for Spiritual Living. We are having a wonderful program for you this morning, and we're going to have our spiritual mind treatment. We're going to have a reading, and then we'll have a wonderful lesson this morning. And we have our guest artists, Ashira and Yoichi. So we're in for a wonderful, wonderful morning. And I always say that when you leave here, you will feel better than when you came in the door. That's a promise, okay? So to start our service this morning, we're going to have our spiritual mind treatment, which will be done by Cord Hassinger, our licensed practitioner. So please welcome him.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
The topic for today is the gift of love, I believe. Is that correct? So I'll do a spiritual mind treatment on love. So everyone, let's sit up straight, back straight, and have our hands down in the upright position. Let's take a deep breath. And here we go. This word is spoken into the law of mind in action for each one in this room, including myself, the speaker. We know when we recognize there is one power and presence for good, and that one power is one God, one light, one mind, one intelligence. Each one in this room is unified with this one power because we were created from it. Therefore, by way of our subconscious mind, each one here is divinely attached to the one mind of God and is therefore divinely guided, intuitively directed, and inspired. Let this truth now be known and declared that each one in this room is hereby now growing and expanding in consciousness, understanding and realizing the tenets of this teaching, which is at the core of it being love. Each one here is now expanding their awareness to include more love in their life. By way of divine order and perfect right action, each one here is now giving love towards others and in return receiving more love in their experience, beginning right here and right now, and that is the truth. We know that negative thoughts have no law to support them, therefore they have no power over anyone in this room. We know that negative thoughts such as fear, which is the opposite of love, we declare to be untrue, and it is hereby now uprooted and dissolved away into the nothingness from which it came. And knowing that the universe abhors a vacuum, from this new space of nothingness are only new thoughts that include love. I hereby now affirm that each one in this room is expanding their awareness and is manifesting and giving more love into their lives, beginning right here and right now. I now release this word into the law of mind in action. This word goes forward into the realm of the absolute, where all things are possible. It is manifesting for each one here in the form of more love into their experience. I hereby now joyfully, gratefully, and thankfully release this word into the law of mind in action. So be it, and so it is. Amen.
And so it is. Thank you. That was wonderful treatment for the experience of love in our lives. Thank you so much for that word. And now please help me welcome Emily. She's going to do our reading.
Good morning. I'm doing a reading from 365, Signs of Mind, and the topic is love. Deep within me dwells infinite love. God is the giver of all things by means of love. The Spirit is always at peace. There is no argument in divine mind. The Spirit has never doubted itself, opposed itself, or disagreed with itself. This is the oneness that is God. Deep within me is that which never gets angry, troubled, or afraid. When I seem to be in conflict, I become still so that I may listen. All the love there is right here, right now with me. I now cease all self-opposition. I hear only the voice of love speaking to me. I hear nothing but the words of wisdom guiding and inspiring me. And when I listen, there is a response from something greater than myself. It is the mysterious energy of love, the active principle of unity. Everything loves and everything responds to love. It is a universal quality, shared alike by all, the central flame of the universe. Desiring to be loved, I allow myself to love greatly, to feel warmly inclined toward all people, and to be helpful on their behalf. I give as I wish to receive. As I love and cooperate with other people, so do they love me and give me their cooperation. My loving thoughts attract caring friends to me. Thank you.
Beautiful reading on love. And now we're going to have our announcements. So I want to share with you something about a new class that's coming up called The Power of Decision. And that will be coming up on January 14th, the second Sunday in January. So if you'd like to start your new year off correctly, I would highly suggest that you take this class. It will be taught by Barbara Blake and Gary McMillan, our licensed practitioners. I'm sure it's going to be a wonderful class based on the book by Raymond Charles Barker, The Power of Decision. And they have done a lot to work with you for this class to make it successful for each and every one of you. I think decision is one of the most important things, and it's coupled with our Miracle Morning, which will be also wonderful. We are not having any classes for the month of December on Wednesday nights. Everyone is busy around this time of year, so that's very understandable, and we'll also send a notice out to that effect, okay? What else? Well, it's the holidays, right? So I hope that all of you are enjoying and doing your very best each and every day. And the people who took the class, The Miracle Morning, I know that there's something shifting for each and every one of us and that we are blessed. And each and every one of us is blessed for this wonderful, wonderful holiday season. So having said that, let's all wish each other a happy Sunday.
You are created by an intelligence that is omnipotent, omni-action, omnipresent, never fails. So you are perfect as you are. There's nothing to change. There's nothing to eliminate. Just use that gift that has been provided by the Almighty, the creative process that created everything that is and everything to come. Love can move mountains. And what I mean by that, obstacles that look impossible. But sometimes we revert to cynicism, criticism, hatred, and it bogs us down. It dims that light of love. Love lights you up. If you've met anyone who's truly joyful, that person has a personality that sparkles. That person has inner joy, inner love. Because love is not conditions on someone giving you something. It's you accepting who you are and using that intelligence, that love that's within you, and growing that love, sharing with others. The one thing that I learned is that you can never outgive God. The more you give, the more you get. The more love you put into your life, the more love comes to you. I'm a spiritual mind practitioner, and I've had people ask for treatment for love, for a loving, joyful relationship. And you can treat for that, and I can treat for that. However, if you do not have the spark of love within you, you cannot attract that which you do not have. You have to have the spark of love, the joy of love. How do we let this joy of love become dormant within us? Through negative thinking about ourselves, through criticisms of others. Now, when we criticize, you have to know that before you can say it about someone else. You are that which you are telling others that they are. If you criticize constantly, it's you that you need to correct, not the person that you're talking about. This is the teaching of religious science that is development, self-development. And love is one of the key elements of self-development and moving forward. I was talking to a friend of mine, and she said she was having a difficult time with the relationship. And the guy said to her he could not be happy if she didn't love him. And I said to her, he can't be happy because he's not happy with himself. He cannot love because he does not love himself. And so if he loved himself, he frees you from any bondage or any demand that you must love him. Because love opens you up to receive. Love opens up the world to you. If you go someplace that you've never been before, and you meet people who are so friendly, so acceptance, without saying to you, you don't belong here, I've never seen your type before, I never heard anyone who looks or talks like you, and they accept you. That is a loving, joyous experience. Those people have love. They can accept differences. And through love, you can accept differences. You can look at differences and see the humanity in others, because we are all human. We were all created by the same God. There's not a God for this group and a God for that group and a God for another group. It is the same creative process, the same creative power. In the Bible it says to love thy neighbor as thyself. Now we have neighbors who are hard to love. We have people in our lives that are very, very hard to love. And I know that. I've had people in my life that was extremely hard to love. But I made the step. First I said, let me stop judging, because I can be critical. So I knew I had to stop that. Because the more I criticized, closer this person got. And every negative I said, the closer. So in order to lose this person out of my life, I had to stop criticizing and let go. And as soon as I took that, not a big step now, just a tiny step, I just said, I'm going to not criticize for one day. One day, not whole week, not 2 weeks, not a year, not a month. One day. The person started to move away. And I said, oh, this is working. This thing works. So I tried it for another week. Lo and behold, he found somebody else, and I was free. So I said, love works. Hate cements. Hate holds that thing in place, and you cannot get rid of it until you love it and let it go. Bless it. I'm not talking about sentimental love. I'm talking about love that says, he is a divine idea in the mind of God. I did not create him or her. He or she is a divine idea in the mind of God. Therefore, there is divine goodness in him or her. Let him show that divine goodness to someone else. Let him express to someone else. Not me. And I was free. But I let go to let him go, to bless, to move forward. And we can all do this. It's not hard. I know that you say, well, there are some people you just cannot love. Well, no, that's not true. You can bless them and let them go. You can bless them because no matter how awful that person may be, In the sight of God, he is an individualization of the power and the presence of God. What he or she may be doing, and we all have the power, he may be using the power in the wrong way. We have tremendous power. We are the creators of our own fate and destiny. God gave us the freedom of choice. Just think about it. To choose, you can choose what you want to experience in your life. You can choose the path that you want to take. We learned this in teaching Miracle Mornings, that you can learn to change the way you react to yourself and to others. And through spiritual mind treatment, meditation, visualization, all of these tools can help us. All of these tools are available. And each one of us, no matter what, you say, well, I'm not a practitioner, I don't know how to do. We cannot stop thinking. All of us, everyone in here right now have thoughts going through his or her mind. It's how you direct those thoughts. When I was growing up, we were mostly Episcopalians, and the priest would say, and you'll read it in the Bible, watch your thoughts. Pray and watch. I always heard that, pray and watch. And I'm thinking, how am I watching? What does that mean, the pray and watch? It's not an external demand or external command or external idea. It is to watch how I think when I pray. And when I pray not for the destruction of anyone, but I pray for myself, and that they, whomever it is, may find peace, happiness, and success in their lives. We cannot, and this is the beauty of this teaching, and I have been in it for a while, you cannot wish something bad for someone and good for yourself. There's no God that does that. It's love and law. The love activates the law. The law is mechanical. It is just acts. It produces whatever we put forth. It produces whatever we put forth. So in order to get good, you use your loving capacity to bring about the good that you want. That love that transcends time and space, it's universal. It's everywhere. It is not just in the United States, it's in the world. Many people in the world will come. I see a change in some places that I've worked. I've seen a change in some leaders that I've seen at the UN who are talking about spirituality, spiritual worthiness. And I think that the world, it looks dark now, but if we keep loving ourselves and everyone in it, the world, things will change. Because the only constant in the universe, the constant in the universe is change. And change is good. Change is good. The one thing that I always talk about is spiritual mind treatment. And if you find yourself not feeling love for yourself or not feeling love for anyone else, examine why you've lost. Because when you were a child, you felt love for your friends that you just met. You felt love for your dog. You felt love for your parents. But somehow over the years or through bad experiences or so, that love has been dimmed. So how do we recapture? Look and start with you, as I have started with myself. People used to say, my name is Fannie Mae Munlin, and everybody would emphasize the May part of my name. And I would say Fannie Munlin. But now, no. I'll say my entire name. Fannie Mae Munlin. I like who I am. And you must like who you are. You must love that image that you see in the mirror. You must praise who you are. Because Spirit doesn't judge us by size, color, ethnicity, rich or poor, whatever. Spirit loves us unconditionally. And it's given us the spirit of love, to love ourselves, to praise what we do. And when I make a mistake, I don't go tearing myself up anymore. I say, this is a mistake. God is not holding it against me, therefore I am letting it go. And when I let it go, then I can move on. But I've learned something. I take what I've learned from the mistake and make my progress and move forward. That's what we do. The capability of having love within you gives you the ability to look at whatever else is going on in your life and say, okay, this happened. Spirit doesn't hold it against me, so I am moving on. I forgive myself. Spirit has already forgiven you. I forgive myself, and I'm moving forward. And everything that you do it in a loving spirit. This is a time, this is a season. The Christmas season is a time of love and giving. But not just Christmas. Do it when it's not Christmas. Do it when it's not a holiday or a special occasion. Give someone a smile, an encouragement. An encouraging word is good if you find a friend who needs and is in doubt. You give what you have, and the most precious thing and the most beautiful thing that you have is the gift of love, the gift of loving, the gift of sharing that love, the gift of appreciating the love that's within you. This year, I hope, and I bless everyone here, that they will become more loving, more generous, more happy. If it's a word, just giving out love, just giving it away, saying nice things to people, saying nice things to your neighbors, your friends, your brothers, your sisters, your mother, people you haven't spoken to, speak to them. Just say, hello. I like you as you are. I don't want to change you. I have my sister, I'm going to talk about my sister, not this sister, but I have two sisters. I had two sisters. My sister, Irene. Irene would call me, no matter where I was on the planet, to wish me a happy birthday. And she would say, Fannie, happy birthday. Sing the song. And she sang fairly well. But she would, when I was with her and I wanted to do something that didn't seem that I needed to do it, she would say, why are you doing that? I remember I was with her and I was going to buy a sweater. I didn't really need a new sweater, but I just wanted a new sweater. So she said, do you need to buy this? I said, no. Well, why are you buying it? I said, because I want it. I want it. Why can't I have it? She said, if you don't need it, you shouldn't buy it. So I thought about it for a while. Now, she was a person, if you ask her a direct question, she would give you a direct answer. She didn't sugarcoat anything, no matter what. She would just tell you, don't do this or that. So I bought the sweater anyway. And then when I got it and we came home, I tried it on. And then I said to her, I think you should try this on. This color looks really good on you. She said, you think so? I said, yeah. Look. So she tried it on, and she said, oh, this is a very nice sweater. And I said, would you like to have it? She said, are you giving it to? I said, yes, I'm giving it to you. And I said, I'm giving it to you to show you that you are important to me. And although you thought that I did not need it, I bought it anyway because I wanted to share the joy of having this new sweater with you. And she smiled and said, Fannie, I can't believe it. I said, yes, I did that. But when I give, no matter what I give it from a point of love. I will give whatever I have, but I don't ask you to do it. Whatever you want to do with it is your business. I love this time of year. Christmas is my favorite of all times of the year. I give gifts. I give monies. I don't ask how you're going to use the money. I don't ask how you're going to use the gift. I give it freely. I give it without conditions. My mother who passed gave me and all my siblings love without conditions. I remember she would ask me to do things and I would forget. And I would apologize for not doing it. And she, oh, darling, it's all right. And you have people in your lives, we all do, that we need to express our love for. We need to let them know that we love and care. And the more that you love others, the more that people and you will love yourself. Because the love, you cannot hide it. You cannot dim it. You can put a cover over it, but it's always there. So use this gift to improve your life. If you're working on a job, and the most terrible thing to do is to work someplace or do a job that you absolutely hate, because it's hard to get up in the morning to get there. It's hard to be with the people on that job. But through love, if you do something that you really love doing, you can get up and do it easily. It's not work. It's not difficult. It's not a strain. It's energizing. It's fulfilling. I'm going to tell you, I've been in international development for years. That's all I know how to do. But I do it well because I like and love it. And I love it because it gives me an opportunity to express that inner energy of me, that inner energy that say, I like dealing with people. I like people. I've had some difficult people, but I like dealing with people. I like meeting new people. I like going and traveling to new places. That love of excitement, of adventure. We all come here with that joy of adventure in us. Use it. Appreciate it. It's there to move you forward. You can go anywhere and do anything, providing it does not hurt others. Now, I'm not saying you can do anything and do terrible things. I'm saying good. The good that you do through love multiplies. The good that you do for yourself through love multiplies. This is a multiplication kind of gift. It grows, and it grows you as an individual. I'm going to close with statement that I particularly like. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy, and it does not boast. Love is not proud. Love is not rude. Love is not self-seeking. Love is not easily angered. And love keeps no records of wrongdoing. That is the beauty. Love always protects. Love always trusts. Love always hopes. Love always perseveres. And now the three remaining: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of all three, is love. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that beautiful lesson, Fannie. That was very heartwarming. It really was very beautifully done. And I hope that each and every one of you take that love with you throughout the holiday season. We will be having next week a service, and we will be having a service the week after for all of you, so that your friends know. And if you're around in the city, please do come, because both of the services will be wonderful as we continue with the gifts of spirit. And now it is time for our offering affirmation. So let's welcome up our guest artists again, Ashira and Lisa.
Try that one more time. So I sing it, and then you guys are gonna sing it. So the words are, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for for me. And this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Yeah. And this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. And this Christmas, this Christmas, and 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 this Christmas will be. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And this Christmas will be for me. Yeah, 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 yeah. Fixing my own. Thank you.
Wow, so everybody feeling better?